Hello. Good morning. Okay, sorry about all the light over here. Let's see if this helps. No, that doesn't really help. Anyway, so I was going to make a video today talking about an issue that has been bothering me all week. I've been trying to figure out how I can handle it, but it hasn't really been working all that well for me. Okay, so I have this friend. I've mentioned her before. She's the one that, like, when I was talking to her, she'd be doing drugs on the phone while I was speaking to her. And anyway, some major crap happened in her life where her boyfriend said, enough is enough, not having you around my kids because you're just doing drugs and I don't want that around my kids. And, rightfully so, So I was there for it. I said, okay, well, actually before that, I actually had told her, I said, I can't be your friend if you're going to continue doing drugs. So she and I didn't really talk much there at the end of, near the end of summer. We hardly talked much. And, and it was to the point where I was like, I didn't feel comfortable calling her my friend because she had treated me so poorly when she was, doing her drugs or whatever. It was always, I don't know, it's like she didn't care that I was sober and, I didn't want her around, me because my willpower is a little bit iffy with, things. And, I really tried to be there. I tried to be supportive. I really tried to be the person that said, it doesn't bother me, but I knew inside it bothered me. And, we went for a walk one time and she's like, I'm going to go smoke some pot. And I'm like, I was like, yeah, pass that over. And I was like, I really wanted to throw off my sobriety because she was doing it. And, that just also happened to be the day her dad decided to make fun of my lack of depth perception. Dude, I can't help it that I only see out of one eye, I only have one eye vision. I can't help it. I don't need anybody picking on me for crap that I can't control. It's something that I still am annoyed with to this day, that somebody would have the nerve. I mean, if I said I don't feel comfortable walking down that path that's like this, that's incredibly hard for somebody who can't tell if that rock is really right here or if it's right back here, or if it's whatever. It's hard to do. I mean, back when I was little, climbing up trees, I had no problem climbing up trees. It was always I'd always have to have one of my brother or my sister direct my feet by saying, okay, Angie, go down, take your left foot like a little bit to the left and down 2 inches or whatever. I had to have them literally help me down from the tree like that because I couldn't tell how far the branches were. I mean, I have been dealing with that my whole life. I don't, and then playing baseball, or like we used to play football in the yard with, my dad had throw the ball and they'd all make fun of me because I could never catch the ball. Or it was the same thing like when we had to play softball in school, It's difficult. Volleyball is the same way. Basketball is all the same way. Pretty much every sport was kind of the same way. I don't need somebody reminding me. I mean, back then I had no idea that was the reason why. I just thought, well, I just must suck at playing sports. I chalked it up to I have bad hand-eye coordination, and truth be told, I do, only because I can't judge how the distance on things, so to have somebody saying, well, I was like, yeah, let's go for a hike, because I'm still trying to be, live a healthy, to choose healthier things than what I normally would, right? That's just, so when my friend was like, yeah, let's go for a hike. And I was like, okay, let's do that. And then her dad's like, and I'm like, I told my friend, and she was very understanding. She knows that I don't feel comfortable doing that. And I'm, going down a steep hill that's uneven and it's, sloped in like this. And I just don't feel comfortable doing that. It just, I'd rather take this easier path for walking. And, snidey little comments here and there. But anyway, that was that day where she's like, she was smoking pot and I wanted to go smoke with her. And I don't know. It just, I tried to be a better friend, the bigger friend, and just to, say, okay, well, at least I'm having fun and hanging with her, but I don't know. Then there was the time where she offered to take me to meeting, but then she is like, I'm going to need money for gas because my boyfriend said so. And I'm thinking, nope, your boyfriend didn't say that. You probably did because you were going back and forth for drugs and didn't want to tell me that you needed gas money. So I didn't like that because I like to offer it. And if I get told, no, it's okay, then I don't bother. But then if you spring it on me last minute that, yeah, I want gas money, it's like, dude, that fucking irritates me so bad. Don't sit there and say, no, it's cool, but then change your mind for the ride home. It's like, no. I don't know. Anyway, so then, the crap happens with her boyfriend kicking her out of the house because she's been doing drugs and yada, yada, yada. The ball just kept rolling and, then she's talking about how she's been sober now for 4 months, which is excellent. That's great. It's awesome that she's being, being sober, because if you've never experienced having to deal with an addiction of any kind, it could be anything, addiction, it don't matter what the addiction is, what it does to your brain is still the same. Cutting yourself off from it is still the same. Like if you decide to stop drinking coffee, you're going to have your caffeine withdrawals, that's just, and then you're going to want to smell it. You're going to want to have it every time you smell it. It's the same thing. It doesn't always have to be drugs. It can be just anything. You could be like, I don't want to drink pop anymore. And then, every time somebody else pours pop, it's like, God, I miss the flavor of pop. It's anything that, and, I tried to, I'm glad she's, being sober, she's working, but then she made the comment of, I have money now, or I've been hanging out with these people and they're not respecting that I said, I don't want it around the house, I don't want it around me because of my willpower. And I'm sitting here going, wow, that sounds an awful lot like me. Although she did respect me as a person when I said I don't want her to do it around me. She actually did respect me when I said that I didn't like it. It was, at first I thought I could handle it, but then, I couldn't. So then she actually did respect me, but apparently her friends don't respect her, request to, hey, if we can hang out, but don't bring that with, and that's too bad. But then she made the comment about how she's got, extra money to like go have, to just you celebrate, her 3 months or whatever, or 4 months sobriety and go have lunch with a friend. She's like, I don't have any sober friends. And I'm sitting here going, seriously? I mean, I text her, Happy Thanksgiving. I don't get a response. Merry Christmas, or how's your sobriety going, or, how's your week going? How's it been how things been? And I don't hear anything back from her. So I just chalk it up to it for, in the first couple months, I chalked it up to, okay, she's just busy. And then, like for Christmas, she never texted back after I said Merry Christmas. And then then I write, then I write her, hey, I apologized for me ruining our friendship. I took all the blame because I figured it'd be easier for her to talk to me then if I took all the blame, even though I don't think I did, because my asking her to not do drugs around me or to, respect me as a person and realize that she, with her constant lying to me or just dropping, not talking to me for months, that really hurt my feelings, and she would say, oh yeah, I understand, but then she wouldn't talk to me. And so it's like, well, how else am I going to get her to talk to me other than to just take all the blame for myself? So I said, well, I'm sorry I ruined our friendship to the point you don't even want to text me anymore. And, knowing full well that I didn't even believe those words because, I've tried. I would text. I would, aside from calling, because now I know she works, I don't want to call while she's at work and get her in trouble. So I just would rather just text, and today it's really hard now with all this texting crap. Everybody says, oh, it makes everything so much easier. And it's like, no, now I just have fake friends, fake people who want to say they're my friends, but then they don't, I'm the one sending out all these texts, but nobody's sending me text randomly saying, hey, how's your day going? I haven't had anybody ask me how my day has been in like forever. I think one person whose life is going through some pretty crappy stuff right now, and my heart goes out to her, man. She's really strong for dealing with what she's dealing with, and she's being sober and all this stuff, and she's about the only person that's been asking me how have you been, and but anyway, I just wanted to talk about my dealings with how I've been feeling and how angry I've been feeling all week and how defeated. I just feel like I have a debuff and there's nobody around who can cure it. It's one of the ones with the red border or whatever. Okay, that went real nerdy. I don't know. Anyway, I just figured I'd talk about it, and I don't know. My husband just tells me that I pick bad friends, but I don't like to think that I do, because I don't want friends that have never had an experience with, an addiction or, an alcohol abuse or, or had a crappy life like I did growing up. I don't really connect well with the white picket fence family person who grew up that way. It to me, it's like, if I start talking about how crappy my life was, they kind of give me that look like, and you walked uphill both ways to school, right? And it's like, I don't like hearing that. It's like, so I just don't deal with it. But anyway, I'm just going to end for now, and I hope I conveyed some of what's been bothering me all week is this friend who I've really been trying with for a while to be friends with, and I feel like I just keep getting shit on, and I don't know. I really want to make it work because she's such a wonderful person. She's funny. She's great to hang out with. I could BS with her and she BS's right back. I mean, I like hanging out with her. And it just makes me sad that she doesn't see me the same way as I see her as, one of my best friends. I don't use that on everybody, Hell, I don't even use the word friends lightly. So anyway, I'm just going to end for now. Okay, bye.